Ella Flag Young all the way to like Augusta and Austin with the goddamn taffy. And I was like in first, second grade.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this how much time has changed because
Yeah.
would you let your second, your like, wait, you like 8 years old?
Yeah, no.
That's how much time has changed, man.
These kids can't do shit but get on a tablet now.
I'm 30 years old now, but when I was younger, I went everywhere alone and with my friends. Went to the park, went to the stores. We went to ride our bikes everywhere. I walked to school, from school, and we didn't have a worry back in the day.
That makes me think about like trick or treating.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, can you trust your kids to go trick or treating?
That makes me
My
scared.
parents-
Your young kids.
We
used to do that.
No.
You ain't never go trick or treating by
I was
yourself.
like,
our,
we weak, 'cause my parents
not
was
without our
strict.
parents. Hell no.
I went trick or treating by myself.
I went with my friends.
I mean,
got
when I got
friends.
to a certain point, like 9, I was outside by myself.
Because we
going
used to hit the
trick-or-treating.
stores and stuff. And my thing is, when I was trick or treating, right? That's when the razor blades and the apples was out and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So we was like, they used to be checking candy and all that. And we like,
What about the clown? They said would be
Homie the Clown.
Homie the
Yeah,
Clown.
Hey, as a matter of fact,
yeah.
hey, shout out Bo G and Will Gates. They actually just had their premiere of the candy store, and they talk about Homie the Clown. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of those old urban legends that we all heard. You lived in Seattle, right?
Yeah.
Homie the Clown was there too? Oh shit.
We ain't.
Y'all never heard of Homie the Clown?
That was a West Side thing.
Yeah.
No, that was all outside.
I thought it was on the
We had
West.
Ted
Well, I was
Bundy,
young, so I
that's
thought
really-
that was only on the West Side.
Oh, so I'm telling you,
Ted Bundy,
everybody
we
claimed
had-
they
yeah.
saw
The
him.
Green River Killer, Ted Bundy. We
Now, see, y'all had
worried
real
about
killers.
that.
We talking
Yeah,
about
real killers.
Yeah, but we talking about
no.
Homie.
Yeah.
Like Homie the Clown
Right.
was one of those urban legends where, if you remember, in
thought it was real.
Living Color, Homie the Clown was on there, right? Right, Homie don't play that. He used to hit you over the head with that sock full of who knows what, right? But he got a new show, by the way. But Damon Wayans played him, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In Living
Oh my
Color.
God.
Yeah.
But what the story was that it was a dude driving around in a white van dressed like Homie the Clown, snatching kids. And so the urban legend is he, if he catch you going to school or coming from school,
Facts.
you're gonna disappear, right? I know you can go. I say 1 out of every 5 people will tell you they saw Homie the Clown to this day. We saw him. Everybody saw the van.
Probably some other
You know what I'm
people
saying? Everybody saw the van.
imposing as him.
And people, you see a white van. It's 5 of y'all outside. Somebody say it. Y'all take off running. That's Homie the
Yeah.
Clown. Now you gonna go telling people we saw Homie the Clown. You know what I'm saying? So that was one that I remember vividly.
Homie, I remember that shit when I was a shorty. But I never seen Homie the Clown. I never seen the white van, but I do remember that shit. I do remember it. Because I used to be thinking, like, I hope that motherfucker don't pull up on me.
When you guys were young, did you say Candyman in the mirror?
No.
I said all that.
I did.
I said Candyman. I said Bloody
Sandman.
Mary.
Yep,
You did?
I
Bloody
said
Mary.
what was another one? I said all that shit.
I didn't fuck
I used to
I
be.
did,
I was
too.
that kid. I used to be in that boy
Yeah.
like, we finna get going then. I was a shorty in there thinking, oh, we
I used
finna
to be
fight.
like, no.
I didn't believe
Look,
shit.
Candyman,
Catholic
that just makes me think about the scene. Any scene in Candyman is a fucking classic. That's got to be a
it's a good one.
top
Yeah.
5
That's a good one.
movie,
Yeah.
Well,
dog.
actually, your top 5. There you go.
Candyman is in
There
there.
you go.
Yeah.
Listen, man, Candyman was probably one of the first movies that I was really like kind of scared. You know what I'm saying? Like on some real shit. I remember we walked up to the Forest Park movie theater on Lake, and it was like 8 or 9 kids, and we all went up there and watched that shit. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. That motherfucker was, man. One of the best scenes is the over Chicago in the beginning when it's coming on. That's one of the best scenes too in the opening.
Candyman was a shit too. You know what I'm saying? I liked Candyman, but you know what's crazy is it's a real story behind that too.
I heard that.
You know what I'm saying?
that.
So I think it's to the effect, and I forget the brother name, but shout out Corner Convo. If y'all go, it's an interview they got with the brother. He has a podcast on it.
Yep.
He from here.
Yep.
And the podcast is kind of telling the true story of Candyman. And what it was a lady that I guess somebody like behind the mirrors in that project building. was like that, and you can get into other apartments behind that medicine cabinet.
So it was
that was real.
They came in and they killed her. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the legend started. You know what I'm saying? So people,
that's real. Like what they talked about on Candyman was real. As far as like the condos being old projects and stuff.
You know,
that shit was real.
But that's one of them things, man.
How you feel about the new Candyman?
I like the new Candyman. I thought it was good.
I mean,
I said if it's a part 2, then I can understand that. But if they just leave it at that, nah.
I haven't seen it. I gotta rewatch it because I kind of forgot some parts. But
for me, it wasn't memorable. I hate to say it. I'd have to watch it again.
I just said, I forgot.
I watched it a lot, so that's why I'm like, I remember it. But it's like, if they just gonna leave it with that, nah.
What was the ending? Like, describe the overall ending.
Okay, the old Candyman came back in like a CGI type, right? You remember it? He came back because the police came. By the car and stuff. So the police came and he killed the police and all that, and it was just like.
Yeah, it was kind of stupid.
Yeah, it was like, okay.
I remember that now. Yeah, they was like outside. And
they was outside in the Cabrini Green. But like I said, if that's gonna build a story, you know what I'm saying? Because they basically did kind of change the story up, you know what I'm saying? So, but if it's gonna build something, you're gonna get another story that can tell more about the first one. Then let's see where it's gonna go. But if y'all just gonna leave it like that,
they're gonna make another Candyman or another part to it.
They lost me on that one. I was cool.
That's just like the original sequels and the third one. They lost me on those too.
So you say that's the first one that really scared you.
Yeah.
What's the first movie that you think really scared you?
Probably It, just because I watched it as a kid.
The old It?
Yeah, the old one, because I watched it as a kid, and that was really like the first actual scary movie that I watched. So I was just kind of creeped out by the clown concept for one, and then that he attacked kids. I was like, look, now it's after me.
Classic.
What about you, dude?
I would say Freddy Krueger, because it was like, trying to go to sleep, and you a kid, and it's like you told to go to bed anyway, so you just gotta bite that bullet. But yeah, that was the scariest for me.
Imagine you can't go to sleep unless you die.
Right.
Do you know how sleep deprived
I would be?
Like they was on the movie.
Yeah. that would
at
suck.
that point.
Sitting there being sleep deprived, I would hate that. And just know
insane.
you would lose your life. You just could be up.
That's the whole thing.
What about you, Playboy?
So, for me, it was more so. At a point in time, I think when I was younger, I think it was The Exorcist. You know what I'm saying? Because as a kid, you growing up, you going to church, you know what I'm saying? And then they feed you like all the worst stories about that. You know what I'm saying? Being possessed by a demon. And so when you watch that as a shorty, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. That could happen for real. And you know what I'm saying? And it was crazy at the end. As I got older, I was like,
Well, what's the scariest movie that you all think is the scariest?
Well,
right now.
See, that's my
right
thing.
Now?
I don't think
at this time.
So the last movie that I saw,
I got two.
Okay.
The last movie that I saw, I don't want to say it was scary, but it was good. It was a good scary movie. It wasn't corny to me.
Okay.
It was called Talk to Me.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, I've seen that.
That shit is crazy.
I want to watch it now.
Talk to me.
Have you heard of it at least?
I haven't even heard of it.
I was like, this is one of the better ones.
Yeah, that's when they touched that.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Dude, like
Low-key, had me looking over my shoulder. I was like,
I was, you sitting down watching it. It kicked off. I'm like, oh, this is good.
I was like,
you know what I'm saying? You sit up.
Y'all got me
I
was like, oh my gosh.
It was one of them joints where like I usually put on movies to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So that was a movie that I seen. I watched the preview
wake your ass up.
No, for real.
I was watching that shit. I'm like, what the hell? I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going.
It's like that. It's like that.
Okay.
It's some crazy things that happen in that movie.
Yeah, I like, but I felt like it was just written well. The concept made sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
It was
like
really good.
It wasn't goofy. Like I digged it. It was a good one.
I might go watch that tonight.
You know
I know.
I'm definitely gonna watch that.
Yeah, y'all check it out.
Halloween.
If you haven't seen it, it's called Talk to Me.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
I'm gonna check that out. Okay, but the movies that I think is scary is the Exorcism of Emily Rose.
I heard about that.
Just because it's disturbing. Like I hate when movies get disturbing. So it's like a shift from like horror to now it's like, okay, I need to turn this off because this is kind of bothering me. And then Sinister. Have you
Sinister was a good one. I love that one.
I seen Sinister.
I felt like
that
was a good one.
Disturbing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I dig because it's like, okay, they thought of something. Like that's vicious. That's a vicious joint. You know, that movie is vicious. So yeah, I could dig that. And it didn't really I guess it did require some supernatural, but not really. You know what I'm saying? Like it could have been done.
They had a whole it was like a whole man who was like the
in
ghost
the corner.
or no, he like popped up and stuff. Like
I just remember it was like they were showing the film though, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I remember, the films and the way they were. Yeah, that was a crazy.
What about the first Ring?
It was great. That one, that one scene
you
saved
Ring?
it for me.
That's the one with the girl coming out the well, right?
Yeah, in Seattle.
It's always raining.
I was about to say.
That's why I was so gloomy.
It's so gloomy. Seattle movies be so gloomy, yo. Like 7.
Seattle be like that for real?
Yeah, like during I'd say like fall, winter. Then it'd be hot, like spring, summer. So
that shit, it's always gloomy and raining on the movies when they in Seattle.
It sure is.
Yeah.
But I like The Ring. I wouldn't call it a favorite, but I like it.
It was.
I was like,
for me,
a vibe.
It was like I think The Ring did for horror what what's that other joint? Blair Witch did. You know what I'm saying? So Blair Witch started Blair Witch started this certain type of
POV,
horror
right?
film. You know what I'm saying? A POV type, not really shit happening, but you're just gonna spook everybody out for 2 hours of nothing. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't never seen Blair Witch?
So he ain't missing much.
But he not lying. He not lying.
Like it keeps you like anticipating nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly how I felt about it. But it was one of those ones where it started for a while. That was kind of like the thing in horror. And then The Ring came and started this whole Americanized Japanese films. So The Ring was a Japanese movie, and they think very differently than we do when it comes to filmmaking. So if you watch some of those movies, they started just remaking it. The Ring is Ringu in like Japan. You know what I'm saying? And it was the same damn movie just about. We just put an American twist on it. You know what I'm saying? Put it in Seattle. And it was like, you already got a beard anyway, but hey, this nigga took a beard off to reveal a full beard.
The actual beard.
Never. That's actually funny as hell.
Never.
You are insane.
Wait, was it hot? Why did you take it off?
Oh shit.
So this is pulling on my ears and it's giving me a headache.
Well, why did you have it on anyway? You got a full beard.
Because it's the costume.
Now the hair still work.
But I'm getting a headache, bro. This thing was just like, it's like, I ain't gonna lie, it's giving me, I was trying my best. I'm trying my best,
hey, we got plenty.
I'm like, shit, my head over here pounding, bro.
No. This Mark pulled off the beard to reveal a full beard.
That's hilarious.
That's
crazy.
Oh, my God.
I'll take my glasses off. Oh, my God. That's hilarious.
God damn. What was we talking about, man?
What's your favorite part about Halloween? When you say it's your favorite, like you like Halloween.
I like
what's your favorite?
I like costumes. I like throwing the
I was about to say
costumes
the same thing.
You know what I'm saying?
For me, it was always the candy.
Yeah.
Costumes and the Halloween movies. Binge watching the Halloween movies.
All of October.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Halloween parties, I could dig that. But yeah, I just like the holiday. You know what I'm saying?
I just like the season.
You know, fall. You know
fall is the best season to me.
Nah, fall.
Okay, I got an auntie birthday Halloween too.
Yeah, summertime for Chicago is probably the shit.
The best.
There's nothing like it.
Nothing like
it.
I love hoodie season.
Wait, hold on. We might be biased. I want to hear from your point of view about Summertime Shy. Have you?
Oh no, I love it. That's why I live here. So, I've been here since 2018, so this is going on my 7th year.
That's what's up. That's what's up. For sure. What brought you to Chicago?
Basketball.
You who?
So, yeah, I used to go to Robert Morris until we merged with Roosevelt. So,
okay.
But now I'm at DePaul, so that's a long story. But
that's
yeah,
that's what's up. You look like a hooper. You all right?
I mean,
point guard.
Yeah, you never know. Don't judge.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, you ain't seen nothing yet. I mean,
you know,
don't let the stereotype. If I came in here with some jersey and a, my little get up, then you would think that. But that wasn't the attire for today.
I can dig it. Vampire. You got a vampire name?
Oh, just D.
Just
we
D.
Just gonna keep
just
it.
You gotta do a close up on
your
her
school teacher name. I'm sorry, your student name.
My student name is just Courtney.
Just Courtney.
Well, she said,
yeah, I'm like,
little Miss Courtney over here.
Jesus.
Jesus. Jesus, yeah, it's your boy, Fresh to Death. You know what I'm saying? Fresh to Death. All right.
Law. Was it a culture shock for you when you moved here?
I would just say, yeah, just for example, yeah, there's more of like us, like more culture, more black people in Chicago versus Seattle. There's black people, but like it's either whitewashed or like, we have a lot of Asian culture down there too, East African. But yeah, that's pretty much the demographics of the Pacific Northwest versus the Midwest to some
Ain't really no niggas up there.
Yeah. It's gentrified, but don't get it twisted. We got some hoopers, but when it comes down to like, everyday people, you coming across like mixed couples on Jamal Crawford, Nate Robinson. We got Kevin Porter, DeJounte Tate. The list goes on, but yeah.
But Chicago.
I mean, yeah.
Washington.
Washington.
Derrick Rose.
Jamal Crawford, or like, yeah, I would say Jamal probably.
Anthony
my favorite.
I don't claim D-Wade.
But Allen Iverson.
Yeah, I know I don't claim D-Wade. That dude from Robbins.
That's crazy.
He ain't from Chicago.
So he from Robbins.
He from Robbins, Illinois.
That's facts. Okay, so what we got?
What you got, Joe?
Since it's a group of y'all, what did you say, 12, 13? 12, 13, okay. So, all right. Do y'all think females are desperate for like other female validation, for friends and stuff like that?
I honestly feel like that depends on the person. But overall, I feel like people kind of go and act and perceive the way that they do just because for themselves. I feel like that's self-validation, is at least for me. So the way I move, the way I talk with people, the way I act is for myself and for my self-fulfillment. So I'm not seeking from validation from anybody else. It's just this is what I want to do for myself.
But not you per se, but women. Do you think like you see other women out there that's looking for like validation for other women?
Why do you think that women are looking for validation
it's a question.
from other women?
I don't. I'm asking you because.
I mean, it depends on the person. Some might.
So I mean, you don't see that. So that's the question. Like, do you see that?
I mean, yeah, I see that some women do that. Like if for social media, for example, like if they're trying to maybe connect with somebody or just trying to be like somebody, maybe they're dressing a certain way, talking a certain way, listening to certain type of music for like validation from that. But yeah, it all just kind of depends. But I think that maybe they just do that. I don't know. They just kind of do that for their validation. I don't know. Ask them.
What you think?
So you said for other females validation, yeah, kind of piggybacking off what Courtney said. Like it really to each their own, but honestly, I guess like I just kind of feel like a lot of people, if they are doing that, it's just they're lost. Not everybody, what I'm saying, has the mindset to follow, but when it comes down to it, it's just kind of like I don't really be getting too much into it because I don't be losing no sleep at night what the next person does. But, it's most definitely noted. Like, I think that's anywhere you go, you can see that with anybody. So,
Yeah, I mean, we can't speak too much on like the other person. Like everybody has their own experiences. Everyone has their own personal upbringing. So it's kind of tough to see like why are they doing that? Like,
Right.
you know, why do you think that men or seek validation from other men?
Yes.
And why do you think that they do that?
Because they want to fit in. They want to be part of something.
Mm-hmm.
They might not be getting enough love. You know.
Yeah.
So, what do you think?
I mean,
as far as women.
So I think women. I think a lot of times I think more often than not women say they're doing it for themselves or maybe for other women. When I think in actuality they're doing it for men. You know what I mean? So the validation that they want to claim that they're trying to do for them. Oh, I'm getting cute for myself. I guess. But there's a consequence to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you getting cute for just yourself, or is that still some sort of attention that you seeking? You know what I mean? Because that attention does make you feel good, right? So you can't say I'm doing it for myself, but you know when you look a certain way, you gain a certain kind of attention, which is making you feel better, right? You know what I'm saying? People look at you a much better under a better light if you look a certain way, even if that's only in your head. You know what I'm saying? You feel better. You look better, you feel better. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think they'll say, "Oh, I'm doing it for me." A lot of times it's for men. Like they go get BBLs and all that. They swear they doing it for themselves. Nah.
So I could agree with that, but I think maybe not. It's not for men. Maybe it's just for like as a whole. So they seek validation for society as a whole rather than just men. Because I mean, for men, maybe some women. Like I said, it to each his own. But like for me, for example, like I don't for what do I need validation from a man for? But as far as like the attention, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I do like it just because that helps like my business, that helps like where I am, that helps me grow. So like that attention helps me like financially and like business wise. So I mean, yeah, I can.
Yeah, but
I can
I
agree with
look at
that.
what you do is something positive, like, for a reason. Like, you're not just out here just doing some shit and not having a cause for it. You know what I'm saying? So you got a lot of people that be out here just doing shit just cause, you know what I'm saying? What about with men?
Yeah, I agree with you on that. A lot of men do, but you know what I'm saying? That's also because not only fitting in, but you don't want to be the one left behind either. You know what I'm saying? So it's like certain things, it's not even to fit in. I think more in a man's situation, I think it's more so um, to be in competition with. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of women will say, "Oh, it ain't no competition." Men don't say that. It's a competition. You know what I'm saying? Like you rank yourself in a certain way. Men play a lot of games in our competition. Who's gonna either win or lose? Whereas a lot of women do a lot of things where it's kind of communal. We all can do this, y'all. What I mean? Let's do this or let's do that. Whereas competition, I think, is a more masculine trait that a lot of people, I'm saying, a lot of men, I would say, go for. So it's more so, I'm not trying to fit in. He got a motherfucking Benz, and he getting it. Man, I need to get one so I can get more than him. You know what I'm saying? That's in one way or another. You want to be the top dog. You know what I'm saying? So I think it just kind of fights his way that way because the top dog usually gets the prize.
And I think that's how humans are just wired.
Yeah.
Like that's just what they're around all the time. And so they see that the men who have like the fancy cars or whoever gets like the most attention gets the girls. Like that's just the people that the other guys want to also be around. So that's why they're like, oh look, I need to be like that. So that's just how humans are.
Yeah, because I mean, life is a competition. You know what I'm saying? The strongest bull gets to mate with the cows. For real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know you for real. The way you put it.
Right, that was a funny analogy, but yeah.
I like how you put that.
But like also like, like we keep reiterating, like to each their own, just based off the fact that like, everybody's, living their own individual lifestyles at this very moment. So it's just like, getting hot, right? Yeah.
I knew he was getting hot.
But yeah, like everybody's living their own individual life. Like what may work for somebody else may not work for you. So it's just kind of like, with that being said, everybody has their own preferences. Everybody has, you know what I'm saying, like their own situation that isn't necessarily permanent, but is getting them to where their life purpose is. So it's just like everybody's story is different. So
yeah,
that's what I just come to the conclusion of.
I like that. I like how you put that. That's cool. That's cool.
Appreciate it.
So I do got a question about y'all gang. No, it's not
gang
a gang.
is crazy.
It's not a gang.
I say that about everything.
No. I don't want to.
Y'all know what a gang
like
is.
No.
No, like what is the hiring process?
Hiring process.
Where can somebody go? Where can another lady or woman go put in an application?
So really, I just look for like, first of all, their following, their engagement on their social media, and then if they're a pretty girl. So like, why'd you do all that for pretty?
Because are you discriminating?
Oh no, absolutely not.
It's called selective.
Selective. I like that. I like that.
No. So
let's hear facts on our selective too.
Let me just say we have a variety of women on our team. So definitely not, being exactly not looking for a certain type of women. So just making sure that one, you're put together, and we don't want anybody who's ratchet, so to speak. So like someone who has a good head on their shoulders. Women who are business oriented. So we are a team who wants to make money, who wants to network and build ourselves up. So it's like if we're going to build something and we're going to be great, we need people who are the same mindset. So if you're going to hold us back, then I'm sorry, baby, it's all love. But we can't. If you're lazy, I'm sorry, but we can't do it. So yeah. Social media is a big thing with what we do because we promote on social media. So you have to have some type of something going on with social media also. So.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. How'd you get involved with the gang? I'm sorry.
No, that was the
honestly,
I'm sorry about the gang.
With the gang. They reached out to me on their business page and they were like, yeah, like, would you be open to a hosting opportunity? I think it was at Hugh when I first met you guys. So, like, I came out, the vibes were nice. So that's pretty much how I got my foot in the door. And the rest is history.
You didn't have to, like, beat up no waitresses.
Like a sorority or fraternity thing. Yeah. Like, no.
I didn't have to get jumped in the game.
Like, you got to go still on her. No, I'm joking. They cool. They all very professional. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all y'all. Look, please don't make me try and remember names of everybody.
Oh, no,
Trust
yeah.
me. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Product of the Grind, ladies of the grind.
Yeah, Product of the grind and ladies of the grind. You dig? Y'all good?
Yes. Yeah, I'm good.
All right, put them cups up there.
So so are you the one that put everything together?
Yeah.
How does, like, what mind frame was you in, like, to start this? Like, what took you there?
So that's actually a long story because I actually didn't even.
We got number time.
This was not anticipated at all. So originally I wanted to do content creation. That was kind of my thing. It's funny because I'm a person who writes everything down. So I was just kind of like writing things down and trying to figure out, okay, well, how am I going to make money? So I'm not going to lie. Whatever I do, I just want to be successful at it and, be financially free. So I was trying to figure out how I can make money with content creation because just getting money through Facebook or Instagram wasn't enough for me. So I was trying to figure out, okay, well, how can I market that? What's something that I could sell with my content? Like at first I was doing talk shows. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can do like sell card games or make an app where people could buy it. But as I was doing that, my significant other, he wanted to throw events. So that was like his passion. He supports me in everything I do. And so I'm going to support him in whatever he does. So I already have like the following. So I already have the following. And I'm like, hey, I'll promote it. Let's work together. Let's do this. So we did a sip and paint. And so when we did the sip and paint, I actually ran into somebody. I was out with my girls. And then every time I'm out, I'm saying, hey, follow my Instagram. I'm always exchanging Instagrams. I'm always business mindset. So I'm like, let's exchange Instagrams. So this one guy he was like, hey, you do a sip and paint? I was like, yes, I do. And he was like, I have a sip and paint. I own like my own business with that. And he's like, we should collab. I'm like, let's do it. So when we met, he also mentioned that he had boats. So He's like, I have 5 boats too. We can collab with that. So we started doing boat parties. So now I'm getting my foot in the door as far as parties. As we're doing the boat parties, we have to find, so the key to like a successful event is like hosts and also like birthdays. So like we're finding hosts, and that's overwhelming, finding hosts every week. So as we're finding our hosts, we're like, why don't we just get a team of hosts and then we all work together and do this together and everybody eats, everybody gets money. And we're like, let's do it. So as we're doing that, somebody messaged me from Instagram and said, hey, do you want to work with us with Hubbard Inn? I see what you're doing. It looks great. Let's collab. I'm like, let's do it. So that's kind of how everything started. Like we started doing events. We started doing the team. And then, we just kind of got from there. So a lot of this stuff, everything that kind of happens just kind of falls in my lap. So.
Organically.
Yeah.
Don't say it fell in your lap because that makes it sound like you got.
Honestly, I didn't anticipate it coming.
But that's not falling in your lap. You did the work. That's what I'm saying. So people don't think, oh, it don't work like that. She did the work. She might have said, oh, it might have sounded easy. But
that shit sounded easy.
You know what I'm saying? Right. But I mean, you got to think about how many phone calls to organize these girls and everybody to be here on time.
Sure.
This is what we're doing at this date, this time. Promoting is a headache. You know what I'm saying? And if you're constantly doing it, it takes a team to do it.
For sure.
Doing a good job. You know what I'm saying?
I'm still shocked that you can get 12 to 13 women together and the business is going.
Well, it wasn't easy. So we had our moments where we remove and we add, and it's trial and error, and we keep the girls who are strong and the girls who just just aren't there. Hey, and it's all love. And it's still support. So whenever we part ways, we always are like, it's always with love. And the girls are always like, oh yeah, we'll come and support regardless. So it's never any bad blood. So that's also the professionalism in me also. Like it's never that. But in order for us to expand, we need a strong team. We can't have people who's just not pulling their weight, because it's not fair to reap the benefits and you're not putting in the work. So
do you have a cap of how many women you want to, realistic cap that you want to get to?
Necessarily have a cap, just like a range. So like my range is from like, I guess 10 to like 20. I feel like 20 is enough. Just because it gets hard to keep track of everything, like having to manage and
you already got a classroom in school.
Tell me about it. We go there, but just because it gets overwhelming. So that's why me and my business partner, we keep it at where it's at, because we're like, this is something that's attainable for us.
Okay, so are you trying to take this in other states, or are y'all already in other states?
So we actually we've been to Miami a couple months ago. So we have something brewing as far as like the summertime with Miami, with the boats. So yes, we are taking it to another state. Nice. And then just going from there.
That's what's up. Building that shit brick by brick.